Let's take a look at our top story. The Israeli parliament is expected to vote on the Palestinian family reunification law in one of the first major tests of the new government coalition. The government, led by Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, is seeking to extend the law by a year. The law, which blocks the automatic granting of citizenship to Palestinians who marry Israeli citizens, is set to expire on the 6th of July. The law mainly affects Arab Israelis who are married to Palestinians living in Gaza. However, the government faces an uphill task to convince lawmakers to vote in favor of the extension. In fact, many in Bennett's own coalition are against the extension. However, according to reports, Bennett is ready to strike a compromise with his allies by agreeing to reduce the extension to 6 months. Earlier, the vote on the law was postponed after the government felt that it was lacking support. Arab Israeli lawmakers have called the law racist and anti-democratic. Meanwhile, former Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to oppose the extension. Netanyahu has in the past supported the law, but is most likely going to oppose it to serve a blow to the Bennett government, which ousted him from power.
Bennett and Lapid are not capable of preserving the Jewish character of the State of Israel. They expect us to advance this law that is full of holes, not to resolve the issue facing the State of Israel and ensure its survival as a Jewish and democratic state, but rather to ensure the survival of their own coalition.
For more on this, our correspondent Judy Cohen gets us this report from Jerusalem.
I'm outside the office of the Interior Ministry, which deals with issues of residency and citizenship. Now, the family reunification law prevents males from the West Bank and Gaza under the age of 35 and females under the age of 25 from living with their Israeli spouses inside the Green Line, which means in the undisputed areas controlled by Israel. While they can live together across the Green Line, the law is being opposed by some in the new coalition government, who say it unfairly affects Arab families. The law was first passed in 2003 at the height of the Second Intifada, after Israel says terror attacks took place involving Palestinians who had gained access to Israel following their marriage to Israelis. The law requires annual renewal, but the extension of the bill may also be opposed by the right-wing opposition parties led by Likud, in what is regarded by some as an attempt to underline how fragile the new government is. Likud already opposed the proposed move of the legislation on Monday from the Arrangements Committee to the Foreign Affairs and Defence Committee, where the government believed it had a better chance to control the process. However, the government, which is the broadest and most diverse in Israel's history, is hopeful that the law will pass, saying it's needed to safeguard citizenship and security while keeping the government intact. This is Jody Cohen from Kfar Saba in central Israel for WION The World is One.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.